Yeah. So I just use this one. I'm not washed out this time. I mean, I know I'm white, but I'm not like pasty white, right?
No, you was pasty white.
Like I don't look like I'm going straight to heaven after this, right?
You had a straight pasty episode, bro. Like that shit. My mic was fucked up and you was pasty.
It was these lights, man. So I figure if I use the diffuser, it should push everything off and add a little bit of color to me. Just a little bit.
It's no adding color to you, bro.
Hey, look, man. I can go get a tan.
You white, bro.
I can sit
with it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing clout? Oh no way, your shit turn.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's the I'm Gonna Get in Trouble podcast with your boy Eddie Liles. Lloyd Lee is not with us, but we do have Terrance G in the building. What's going on, bro?
Hey.
And then our special guest today is IGIT interviews. We have Miss Monique Latise in the building. How you doing, Miss Lady?
What's going on?
Hello, Monique.
Hello.
So I've heard the name Monique Latise through other people. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am cute. I'm thick, and I'm joking. I'm a comedian celebrating the 10 years in comedy.
Oh, congratulations.
Congrats.
Actually, I'm going on my 11th year in comedy.
Woo. Congratulations, one more year.
Yes. And comedy saved my life. So I do this for real. I do this for real. Last year I opened up my own comedy club.
Big moves.
Yeah. I like to share, with the fact that when I got into comedy, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anything really about comedy. I kind of was like really winging it for a while. But I noticed
as everybody else.
Right, I noticed
some people are better at faking it than others. But
right.
I feel you, Monique. I feel you.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, why am I here?
Right.
Why do I love getting on stage?
Right. So you opened up a comedy club. Were you throwing shows before you did that, or?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. When I got into comedy, and like from the jump, I was always putting other comedians on, and booking comedians, and I didn't understand why I wasn't getting booked, but I was always in position to book. It blew my mind.
Hold on. What you mean? You were always in position to book, but you never...
like from the time I started doing comedy, promoters will come to me and say, "Hey, I got a room. You want to host my room? You want to book comedians?" And from day one, and it didn't really give me a chance to really get myself booked because I was always booking other people.
So you didn't do you weren't doing trade-offs. You weren't doing like I book you, you book me type situation.
I didn't know how. I didn't know the ropes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. No one told me the ropes.
I mean, it ain't. I wouldn't say it is ropes to that. Like that's something that people do. I don't do that. Like I don't book when I book shows. I don't book shows to get booked on shows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people do. Some people like believe in it, but a lot of people don't.
Well, so now as a comedy club owner, when people reach out to, because I get bombarded with people, put me on. I heard you open it, and you just put. I literally just put the post up that I was opening my club back, and people are already in my inbox like, "Oh, you think I could come down and get 2 minutes?" So.
Comics trying to work out here, so like you gotta know that's happening. You gotta know that's happening.
I get it, but you know what bothers me is that we're so quick to jump on stage, but we don't promote the event. We don't promote the show.
That gets into a good question.
If just opened up a comedy club, right? Common sense. I'm coming through a pandemic, right?
Right.
So instead of it being about me jumping on stage, what can I do to help? Let me let my followers know that I'm there.
Right.
Let me get the tickets moved.
Yep.
So go ahead. I'll let you finish.
So you can say that you were part of the movement. I feel like sometimes we just want to jump on, but we don't want to put no extra work into it.
Yeah, I mean, so I shout out with Sean. What up, baby? I'm a true believer, right? And this is just me. This is my opinion on it. And me and my manager just got in an argument about this like 2 days ago. When I do shows, I don't ask comics to promote them. Like that's just me.
Normally, I don't either.
Right.
I don't either. But I feel like because of my situation, when they jump in my inbox, they know the whole story.
Right.
Opened up. We know the pandemic. How's it doing? So I feel like just as a woman, just as a colored woman, what can I do to offer you to help you build your business?
That's where I think I would agree with you, Monique, in that I'm like Eddie, and most of the time, if I'm booking shows, it's on me as the promoter, the show booker, everything. Correct. For the most part, to get cheeks and seats and all that, and that's how you do the scope and talent. But you're absolutely right. If you're doing a grassroots effort or building something, the least you could do is blast it everywhere you can blast it. Now, I'm not stupid. I understand that you've got, half of your friends are all comics. They're just going to scroll right past the shit. But you might catch a couple other people that ain't comics, and you might catch another couple comics that have a bigger, better following that attracts something. So yeah.
Right. And don't get me wrong. Yes, it's up to the promoter. I'm not a promoter though.
Right.
I'm a comedy club owner. So it's a good
talk that shit. Talk that shit.
Yeah.
Right. And all I'm saying is any show that I'm on, whether I'm at the Broadway Comedy Club, whether I'm at Caroline's, whether I'm at the Stress Factory, I'm letting people know that I am there. It's not see, I got into the management, but I got into the business side of comedy because I wanted to teach comics that it's not only about jumping on stage. It's about building a network. It's about building a fan base.
Right.
It's about creating a brand. It's not about just doing your 5 minutes and then going about your business. You're letting people know who you are, and you're letting people know where you're going. That should be a given.
I wholly agree right there.
It's up to me. Everyone that's saying no, if it's your show, you got to promote it 100%. I never demand that a comic that comes to my comedy club. And don't forget, I've only been open a year. And out of the year, how long was I really open? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
On that strength alone, I'm saying that when you come to me and you see what I'm trying to do, you see what I've been through, to me, I would say, hey, listen, I see that you're reopened, and I see that, this is a new business for you. I want to come on your show, and I'm going to put it on my social media.
I feel like that's not something hard to ask. And yet again and again and again, I do see comics that jump on shows or even open mics and they don't say anything about it. And I'm like, how is this word supposed to help build this room that's supposed to be conducive to comedy? How are you supposed to help the comedy clubs and the bookers and the promoters and other comics when you're not out there putting the word out?
Hate bringers. I used to hate when I first got into comedy.
I despise bringers.
Those bringer shows, they can dead that. I hate it. But now I understand. Yeah. Now I understand. We are it's all about me. Any business that you're in is a give and it's a take.
It's a very weird part. It's very weird too, because I'm of the mind, that high tides raise all ships. So if we're sitting there shouting those comedy clubs and promoters and doing the right things, we're all going to get a bigger slice of the pie.
So this is my thing though. So when I say that statement, and that's why the reason why I shut up while you were talking was, one, I wanted to hear your honest opinion on it, and two is because I am a firm believer that because people don't listen to every word I say. I'm very technical about the shit I say. Mm-hmm. I don't ask comics to promote shows. Right. But that doesn't mean I don't keep using the comics that do promote shows. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and so sometimes people, I think, in my opinion, on a lot of the stuff that I book and a lot of this, I used to book, because I don't book no more motherfuckers. I'm out of that shit now. But a lot of the shows that I run, A lot of people always asking, how can I get on? How can I get on? How can I get on? How come this person is always doing something with you? How come this? And it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you here.
Right.
They understand that my show is going to put them in front of audiences that they might not have seen before.
Right.
That's one. But they also know that if they can promote and bring out audiences and that algorithm catches, because now their following base is saying, I want to come. My following base is saying they want to come. And now the internet or the SEO marketing is now taking effect and it's hitting more people. More people come to the show. It makes them look better as a comic. It makes you look better as a promoter or as a producer. So it's twofold, right? I don't need you to promote my show. If I got 100 people in there, best believe if I can fit 100 people in there, best believe I'm going out to 1,000. You get what I'm saying? If I can fit 300 in there, my certain shows, I have 300 seaters, I'm going out to 3,000. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you can at least go after 600, that's going to make you look a lot better in the eyes of other promoters, because now other promoters are looking at, oh, this guy knows what he's doing and he's funny. Or this young lady knows how to conduct business and she's funny.
Well, one of the biggest mistakes that I made opening up my club is I started out doing my own bookings, and that's the worst. Again, it's not, I'm not a promoter. I am a comedian that took advantage of my opportunity to open up my own space because I felt like me getting booked by clubs was a hassle. I'm funny, and I'm not bragging. I'm not being cocky, and not being. It took me a long time.
You're here.
My funny kicked in around my sixth year in comedy. So, it took, I said, I got to open up my own space because nobody's putting me on. Like I'm getting booked by private events. Like before I opened up my comedy club, I was doing about 7 shows a week on private gigs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
7 shows a week from Thursday to Sunday on private gigs, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, family reunions, cookouts. And that was no manager, no promotion, straight me organizing my own career.
Right.
But I'm like, well, I can't. Why can't I want to be on some shows in Atlanta? Why can't all the people that I book, all the people that I put on my shows, why can't I get on any of the shows at Levity Live and the Stress Factory? And it's like once a year or once every other year. What am I doing wrong? And I just said, you know what? I don't want people that I can help to have that same struggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want people to feel like, you know what, there's nowhere for me to go. I need to be buddy with Eddie in order to get in Caroline's. I need to be buddy with Terrance to get on Levity Live. Like, if you're funny, you're funny.
So and this is where we can, you know what I'm saying, debate a little bit, right? I don't believe that I don't think people understand that it's not just about the funny. So what I mean by that is, if you're not a draw out of state, it's kind of hard to get booked, right? So AJ, I met up in at Soul Joe's, right? I met up at Soul Joe's in Pennsylvania. I would have never got that show if Tony Woods, shout out to OG, didn't put me on that show and I wasn't working with him, right? And then I got fans and I got people inside of that show. It's probably about 100 people at Soul Joe's that now know my name. You get what I'm saying? Right, so that was a luck up. So to get there sometimes is a connection.
Right.
Sometimes you need a connection, and it's not about being. When I say buddy, it's not about being butt buddies. Like I ain't gotta kiss your behind just because I want to get on the show. But I can be cool if we have a mutual, you know what I'm saying, connection. I could be cool with somebody, and if they get me on the show, and then that hosts me out with other fans,
right? So
I think a lot of people always talk about how funny I'm about to be. I'm super funny, and people not booking me. I'm super funny.
Right.
But it's connections too. If you don't have those connections, it don't matter how funny you are. You're gonna be sitting in your own city in the basement doing jokes.
Absolutely. And sometimes you have to get up. Sometimes you have to fly places and just show up. Absolutely.
Hey,
sometimes you have to fly places. So I've learned this through the years. You know what I'm saying? I've learned this through the years. Because you go through phases in comedy. You go through phases and there's lessons to be learned, and you meet so many people. So really, I feel like at this point in my career, I'm just starting to really reap some of the seeds that I planted, and it feels really good.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my question, Monique, then how do you feel that being a comedian first changed your view in running the comedy club and starting your comedy club based on what you saw opposite from other clubs?
I feel like, I wanted to be more reachable. I wanted to be able to, like, when you come down to the club, I wanted to be more personal. You know what I mean? I wanted to be more one-on-one interaction. I wanted to be almost like a school of comedy.
Right.
A lot of times when you have the major clubs, you just coming in there, you're getting on stage and you're going home. You're not learning.
It feels very much the business end of comedy.
Right. And I wanted to take the opportunity to really get into learning some of the comics that I bring down. I wanted to be able to watch, because I've always been in a position where I was booking people. But now I get to have a conversation with you and learn from you and, hear what worked for you and what you're doing now in your career. What can we do as a team and podcasts and acting? I feel like now I'm able to have conversations that I wasn't privy to before.
That's a good, I mean, I'll say that definitely happened for me too. Like, so that's a great look.
So you have your own club, just so I'm clear.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
I work with a lot of people in different areas. So I work with the Baltimore Comedy Festival. I work with the DC Comedy Festival. I work with Broken Diamond. I work with, different clubs in the area as well as theaters in the area. So I throw a lot of I help throw a lot of shows with a lot of different partners that I have. Yeah. So I network. I'm really big on networking. You get what I'm saying?
Why I opened up my own spot is that a lot of people were booking me and didn't really have a place to go. They wanted to just book me. So I saw my fan base growing, and it was kind of outgrowing the spaces that I was performing in. So now, people, were booking me and they're like, all right, I want to do a private party at your club and I want you to headline it.
Right.
So, and at first I was like, no, I don't want to do any shows that, I want to be able to still book out.
Wow.
Then it started, every weekend people were like, no, I want a birthday party and I want you to perform. So then it became a situation where I was creating my own space again.
That's dope.
Do you feel as though in some aspects it's taken you away from the actual performance of comedy?
Oh, great question. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a sip to that.
I want to do
that one hurt, yo.
I finished my strawberry milk, so I got just a little bit left.
This man was really trying to drink strawberry milk on the podcast. I scared.
I love strawberry milk, but please.
I've since restructured my comedy club. So how I started is not how it's moving forward in 2021.
Okay.
When I started it, I had a space in the mall that I leased, I ran, I occupied, I was the CEO, the everything. I controlled what moved in and what moved out. I was not able to get any grants. I got $1,000, and I was
EIDL? The EIDL?
Yes.
I didn't get much yet.
I didn't get anything, just $1,000. Which I'm thankful.
I'm grateful. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but we all know, like, you're thankful, but like really,
you shouldn't have shut me down. But
right. So I lost a lot of money, and then my comedy club is in a mall, so they were still charging me for the rent. So it was every month it was accumulating. So when I was finally able to reopen, I was like begging people to come in. People still weren't comfortable with it, and I found myself in one of the biggest holes that I could ever imagine. right? So now I lost money. I lost about $45,000 out of my own comedy gigs, right? My own shows, right? Yeah. And then from the club, now I have this bill of like $40,000 from my club. Damn. You know, you got to pay your comedians, you got to pay the DJ, you got to pay for cleaning, you got to get it, you know, you got to get you got to your marketing stuff. Like, it's so much that goes into it. So I said, I wasn't able to get any funding. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to sign my lease over. And I'm okay with that because I'm a comedian. So what I'm going to do is go back on the road and continue doing my thing. I'm cool with that. I did it. I had 600 people at my grand opening. It was epic. I did 3 shows.
Damn right.
Nice.
It was planned. We had to do 2 more shows because there was so many people lined up. So I did it. I made history. February 1st, 2020, Monique Latice made history in the city of Paterson.
That's what's up, Mom. That's
so no one can take that from me.
Right.
But you damn right, Mama. Talk your shit right now. You tell them, ain't nobody taking it from you. Nobody's taking it from you.
Hey, yo,
we ain't going to let them either.
But let's be 100. Let's be 100. Money makes the world go round. We need some paper because some of my homeboys and you know, other comedians, they will come and say, listen, you don't have to pay me. I want to come and just rock out for nothing, which is fine. But at the end of the day, what type of person am I to just constantly bring you out, have you working for 5 people and I can't even pay you?
You'd be like a lot of promoters.
I think that's what makes me.
I ain't name dropping, but I said what I said.
That's what makes me unique. I know how it feels. I know. We all lost this last year. We all lost.
Right.
You know, so I felt like, you know, I was happy to put comics back to work, but I also wanted to put some bread in your pocket. You got families to feed. You got bills to pay. Right. You know what I mean? So what I did was I decided in November that I wasn't going to reopen my club. I wasn't going to sign my lease, and I was cool with that. Sometimes God wants you to fall back so he can do what he do. Hello?
Yo, look, she preaching out here, yo.
Hello. Sometimes God wants you to sit still, move out the way so he can do what he do. So for the whole month of December, I just kind of fell back. I said, God, whatever you want to do, you know, it's cool with me. I'm cool with that. You know, if you want to put me back on the road, if you want me to go ahead and, you know, whatever you want to do.
Right.
So God said, I want you to call the restaurant downstairs, because there's a restaurant downstairs from my club that serviced my food and my drinks.
Okay.
And actually, I had my grand opening down there because it was so many people. My space was small. My space only holds 65 people before COVID.
Right.
20 people after the pandemic. The spot downstairs holds about 800. But then they have different sections.
Nice.
So they were in jeopardy of maybe not being able to reopen the way they wanted to, too, because of the pandemic. Right?
Yeah.
So something dropped in my spirit. Sometimes you got to be still so God can say something to you. So God dropped it in my spirit. I called the restaurant. I said, listen, I would like to talk to you guys. They said, good, we'd like to talk to you as well. So when I got down to the club, and this is a beautiful space. I mean, we already had a relationship. They already saw my work at the grand opening.
Right.
We already knew what I was bringing to the bar. Right. They already knew what my promotion was like. So they said, listen, we know that your business was compromised upstairs because the club was right upstairs from them.
Right, so they could see it.
Right. And my space doesn't have a bathroom. So we would have to use the bar's bathroom or the mall's bathroom, which was a headache.
Oh, you was hustling.
Right.
Oh, you was hustling, sister.
I was hustling. Okay?
No, that is some hustle shit.
Such a beautiful spot. Like I was able to allow so many private celebrations last year. People that never had birthday parties. I did memorial services. In 1 year, I put on so many shows that, you know, people are gonna remember forever. Forever. Right. So I go downstairs and I'm like, listen. So he's like, well, you know, I know you had, you know, you struggled last year, and we was wondering if you wanted to move your comedy club downstairs to our space. Okay. You can have full range of it. You have, you know, we can work out something at the bar. We can work out something, you know, with the food. We'll customize your menus.
Right.
We'll customize your drinks. It'll be Monique's, whatever event you have, it'll be Monique's Comedy Club. And then they have multiple restaurants. And I started thinking,
inside of one restaurant?
Huh?
They have multiple restaurants inside of one restaurant?
No, like throughout the state.
Oh, okay.
So I started thinking, Monique's Comedy Club can be a franchise. I can actually help businesses that are in jeopardy of closing due to COVID and bring comedy to their venue.
You're killing two birds with one
You are
stone.
fucking out here.
And then at the end of the night, because prior to this arrangement, you come to my club at the end of the night, I'm dragging garbage out. I do security. Sometimes I'm the DJ. I got to make sure that the party's all cleaned up. I'm the janitor. I do everything. So now with this arrangement, just like the promoter, but I have a business, LLC, and there's different things that I'm doing within Monique's Comedy Club, seminars, classes. There's so many other things that I'm doing that I'll now have the space to. And at the end of the night, I could just go home, take my fat ass home and go to bed.
Wow.
Damn right.
Yo, that's. I
know you can't hear it, but there's a standing ovation going on across the internet for you.
Like shit, bro. It's amazing to see the hustle from a different point of view, right? Because it's like so Anthony Oaks is on here, right? Anthony Oaks is one of my big homies. Anthony's one of the big dogs with Black Think Tank. And me and him had a conversation on another podcast, and he was talking about all these different things that he's about to start running. And it's like every time I get with people that are like, all right, this pandemic sucks. This pandemic hurt a lot of us financially, physically, and mentally.
Right.
But it's time to start getting your brain ready for the next. You know what I'm saying? So to hear somebody talk, a comedian
thought about that. I was not.
Yeah.
To tell me all the time, bring some of your shows downstairs to the restaurant. I used to be like, no, that's not my space. No. Yo, they need me, and I need them.
See,
and then I could package this. Maybe open something up in Virginia, open something up in Atlanta, because Monique's Comedy Club is a brand. I got somebody right now working on the theme. He's a music producer. He's working on a music theme that's going to be played just as the show getting ready to start, no matter where I am. When I tell you this shit is fire, it is fire.
Oh, you setting yourself up. You setting yourself up for success out here, yo.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was saying earlier. When I came into the game, I knew it was something different. I knew it was about more than just getting on stage with me.
Right.
I knew it was about, because even how you line up shows, some promoters just throw people on shows. They don't care. They don't care if you're funny. You can't be funnier than the headliner, so they just throwing people on stage. I've always watched I watch the crowd, and then I watch how you build the set. And it was more I love the back scene of it. Sometimes at my shows, I like to just sit in the back and just watch the crowd. And just watch the crowd. I think comedians don't do enough of watching the crowd. We just jump on stage and start talking shit. It's an all church crowd, and you up there talking about dick slinging. Watch the crowd.
I agree. I think there's so many guys.
That's the crowd I gotta walk away from.
You doing an all-white show. You talking about your cousin Ray that's locked up with with Bebe and them. Watch the crowd.
Well, if they from where Terrance is from, they know Ray.
Well, they'll know Ray and they'll know Billy Joe. And
they know Billy Joe.
Gotta interchange it to white trash names, and it's the same shit.
Listen, hey, Monique, real quick, I just gotta address this just because we brought it up. You see, his name is Terrance, right?
Terrance, okay.
Okay, you guess what his father's name is?
What?
Lauren.
Where you guys from?
I'm originally from Kansas, nowhere. I'm white trash to my bones.
Kansas, okay.
Yeah, and I'm from DC. So that's why I'm letting you talk.
This is a nice mix.
So, and then our other boy is from Boston. So
okay.
So this is one of the things with the pandemic that wound up happening for us as well, right? So the I'm Gonna Get in Trouble podcast, we started as a podcast in DC. our other partner Lloyd had to move with his wife, and in turns move.
Why you saying like that? He had to move with his wife, like his wife made him move.
Because his wife made a move. So
no, don't talk about Lloyd like that. Lloyd loves his wife.
He's not here. He's not here. He can't defend himself. Lloyd's wife moved to Albuquerque, Vegas, whatever. So we have this show in DC that's now selling out, and we don't have anywhere to do it because of the pandemic, right? So our last show is February 14th. It's standing room only.
Wow.
Right. So we like we literally December, January, and February, we all the way sold out. February, people push themselves in to go, right? Thank you. The thing is now we're in a pandemic and I can't do the show no more. But we haven't been really doing a podcast like that because Lloyd moved. So now we sitting in the house, we trying to figure some things out. Boom. We realize, we don't even have to be in the same state. So we grew the podcast during the pandemic, not even being in the same. Terrance is in Omaha right now. I'm in DC, Lloyd's in Vegas, and you in Paterson, New Jersey, right?
Yep.
So it's like this pandemic taught us a lot. It fucked us. It screwed us over.
Yes.
By a long shot. But it helped us learn a lot of new things.
I think we needed this. I think we were moving and
I think we were doing things just to do them.
I don't want to work harder. I want to work smarter.
Right.
I put the grind in. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to continue to grind. We're all going to continue to grind. But we have to find ways that we can monopolize, we can capitalize off of some of the work that we've put in.
Right.
If you're constantly working yourself today and you see no growth, like this is growth. This podcast is growth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what following your dreams is about. Right. And none of us would have known or realized this unless this pandemic came and knocked us on our butts. Because I know for me, I'm just going from show to show, coming home and I got a full-time job. You know, I go to sleep, I wake up, I go to work, and you don't even have really time for no relationship. You don't have, a lot of things are suffering. And it's like this whole year has taught us to know there are other things that are important and you're still going to reach your goal.
Yeah. Yes. So my next question, Monique, would be, have you noticed a difference in some of the relationships you had previously since you've opened up the club? Has it affected your comedy relationships?
It was a little overwhelming in the beginning because people were reaching out to me that I didn't even knew me. And, everyone is like, oh, hey, and so I had to like really pull myself back and just understand that this comes with the territory.
Absolutely.
People were finding me more attractive.
Hey, she trying to put that
taking applications for sugar mama and stuff right now.
Hey, girl, how you feeling? You look good. You got stage time.
Hey, girl, I heard you open up a comedy club, but let me get up into
They hit me with this. Your grind is so sexy. Oh, you killing the game. Oh, I like what you doing. I see you, boy. I've been watching you for a while.
The corny ass dudes 101. That has to be. All right, girl. You got really pretty eyes. Can I get some stage time?
Shit.
And then even before then, like even just being comic, I didn't realize how people look at comedians. People kind of look at us like we're like gods and angels and shit. Like
if you're funny. Only if you're funny.
Yeah.
Only if you're funny.
So it can be overwhelming. So I try to keep I'm gonna be honest with you. My life keeps me grounded. You know what I mean? My son just came home from prison. I got real shit going on in my life. So my life keeps me grounded and I'm very open. I wouldn't say that things changed since I opened up the comedy club. I'm gonna be honest with you because I don't even know. Everybody got put on their ass because of the pandemic. So I don't even know. I don't even know life would have been like if this pandemic wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So, you know, I'm just kind of going with the flow. My homies are still there. You know, I got people that I don't get invited to anything, and you know, people think I'm always busy, and I'm like, no, I'm home doing nothing. You can.
Dude, you know what I hate? I hate when motherfuckers tag me and shit that they never invited me to.
Right. I feel a little left out when it comes to events because I feel like people think I'm so busy that they don't invite me because they feel like, you got a show. And no, I create shit for myself because shit is not being sent to me. Yeah. I would rather come and do some chill shit. I don't always just want to, I'm not a robot.
Right.
I want to come and go to Dubai and chill with some camels.
Dude, I had a comic literally. I want to go to. You just made me lose my thought.
I want to slide down a giraffe's neck. I want to do some regular shit. You know what I mean?
Like a 2-story ice slide in the middle of the day.
I want to drive past that joint. I couldn't. I want to go wrestle with elephants. Like I want to do regular shit.
I'm not wrestling no fucking elephants. Monique, you are by yourself for real, son. I want to go wrestle elephants. Nah, she do that. I don't do that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I want to go take pictures with tigers and shit. Like I don't get a chance to do none of that shit.
Nah, yeah. So like I used to get people who would be like, hey, I thought you charged like too much. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Because this is how I feel. At home, you got two choices. You can at least pay for my gas, and I'll most likely come, or at least ask me, and if I'm free, I'll try to come. Right. I don't care. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like home is where I started. And so because I make so much, not so much, because I make decent money at home already with my own shows. I don't really ask for a lot of money when I'm doing something.
I think sometimes we get stuck though. Me personally, I feel like sometimes I'm just going around in the same circle in my same hood, getting the same money. Sometimes I want to say no. Sometimes I want to tell somebody, no, I'm $5,000.
No, I feel that.
I feel it. I understand it. I just don't, and because we had a kind of a conversation on our other podcast about it, on an earlier podcast about it. I don't, when you're at home, homegrown, like you got funny because of being in Paterson. I got funny for being in DC. So no matter how big I get, if I'm at home, I'm just doing a show. Now, if you say, hey, Eddie, I need you to drive across state lines 2 hours and do a show, hey, my nigga, let's talk some bread here, boy. You know what I'm saying?
See, I feel the opposite. I've never been to DC.
Right.
So
we'll get you down here. We got you now.
If you say, yo, Mo, come through. I got $100 for you. Come to DC. I may come through because I've never been there.
If I've never been, yes, I might come through. But if I know in Paterson, New Jersey, and I know I can pack out a 300-seater just off my name, bruh, I'm charging.
But that's different though.
That's my point. That's different.
That's
if
different
you have level when
your
you know
choice.
Right. That's
you're choosing to offer what shows that you do rather than I've found too many people try to stick you in that same circuit and be like, oh, well, I've had you on this show, you know, the last 6 months that we've done it and I ain't paid you nothing. Why are you saying you want a little something now? It's like, bro, because I see what y'all are doing. I see the money that I see the ticket sales.
That's what I'm saying. That's
who's bringing people. I'm gonna be honest with you. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Good.
Who's bringing people out like that nowadays?
Right.
I know people that have names.
You talking about pre-COVID or after COVID?
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Hey, look, I'm taking my flowers from now on. I ain't
listen.
That's different though, man. Eddie, you was holding everybody hostage, threatening to beat motherfuckers up if they didn't come sit in the show for 2 hours. I'm gonna come find you.
Listen, I've been booking shows for 10 years, and I could count on my hand how many people I put on a flyer and it's sold out because of the name.
Right.
And I would throw things in the air. Hey, I'm having this person. I'm having this person. I feel like people are I feel like, you know, because of the internet and because of social media, people don't run to shows like that because of a name anymore.
No, so
you can Google you.
So all right, so and because there's a lot of comics from my area looking in right now, so I'm going to say this as humbly as I possibly can. Right, I personally, when I'm getting paid at a venue, or if I'm throwing a show, I normally take half my money and put into promotions. So I come from, and I don't know in Jersey if y'all know about go-go. Have you heard of go-go before, right? Go-go music. So go-go music is a big music.
Basically, like if you take pots and pans out your kitchen and
you
put them up.
Fuck ass. So go-go is a popular genre of music based in
it grew on me.
Go-go music.
So I come from go-go, running go-go's. So I used to do security and promotions for go-go's.
Okay.
So I know as a go-go head that the band members, I know this for a fact, they would charge us like $2,000, and they would take out of that $2,000 about $500 and put it into promotion. Their manager would do that themselves. You get what I'm saying? Because promotions is everything. If you learn how to promote, you can get big. So when I go on a show, I can get people to a show that I'm on. You get what I'm saying? But I also know if I'm getting paid $50, I'm only putting $25 to it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Right. If I'm getting paid $200, I'm only putting $100 to it. I'm gonna be honest with you. You get what I'm saying? So based off the money, it's based off of how hard I promote. Now, putting somebody's face on something, putting somebody's face, and this is what a lot of people always. I don't use flyers no more. Rashawn hates me that I don't like using flyers. She hates it. I don't use flyers anymore at all. Right? I have a generic post. I do a picture of mostly either me or audience or whatever, and I boost that joint through SEO. I go SEO marketing almost all day.
What's SEO?
SEO is search optimization. What? I can't say it. Search engine optimization. Okay. Shut up, nerds. I know you want to say something. I can't.
Just so you know, Eddie can't spell. And clearly he can't spell when it comes to talking too. So optimization. Got it. Okay.
Optimization. It's search engine optimization. So search
engine optimization. Got it.
All right, man. So when you on your Facebook, when you put up a post, your post is shown to multiple people based off of how many people like it, comment it, and look at it for multiple times, right? So those three factors play a key, but you can add money to get it shown to more people, and then by being shown to more people, then more people naturally see it. So I've had a show, and this is true. I've had a show that I promoted. I put $200 behind it. Before I got the $50, the show had already sold out because everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a show there. Oh, it's gonna be a show there," and they kept hitting like. We had over 1,200 people, literally 1,200 people, sign up for this one show.
Right.
Even though I had 5 other shows going on around the same time, they signed up for this one. 12. No, I'm sorry, we had 12,000 now. Let me back down. We had a shit ton of people basically say they wanted to go to this show because so many people said they wanted to go to the show. It showed it to more people, so on and so forth. So sometimes things just hit,
right?
But there's certain people that you can put on a flyer or that you can put on a building, and as long as they haven't been on multiple and they haven't been promoted right, because it's two different things. If they always out and they always being promoted like crazy, you're not gonna be able to pull all that shit in,
right?
But if they funny and people know they funny, but they not being promoted correctly, oh my God. That's the sweet spot. That's when you know what I'm saying, you put the money behind them and it's like, oh, I got a 300-seater. Let's go.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I got a 350-seater. Let's go.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's certain people, that can pull, it's certain people that know how to promote, and that is where that money should be spent. And this is why when we talk about, this is why we like talking to producers, not just, you just dropped so many gems on me that I'm about to sit back and I'm about to be like, okay, where can I reevaluate? Yeah. Oh, definitely. Because I got listening. But I want to make sure like it's promotion is everything. All the comics listening, Promotion is everything.
Yeah, and I have to find, I guess I'm getting ready to go back to school for business. Because there's a piece that was missing when I opened up my comedy club. I just followed my heart. Like I just jumped in it with my heart, and and I feel like if I would have prepared a little bit better, I may have been able to handle Corona a little differently financially.
Okay.
So and that's what everything this pandemic should be teaching us, that we have to prepare for storms.
Right. Oh, that's boy.
Yeah, we have to, because whether it's Corona, whether it's LaRonda, whether it's whatever it is,
we can catch cancer tomorrow, and it's going to change the whole game for you.
Yeah.
Right. And we got to learn how to, like, the best thing about going through a pandemic like this is that it prepares you for another pandemic.
Fact.
Like my son went to prison. Like nothing that you could bring me that I haven't already been through. Like I've been through the war.
Like spoken word poetry.
You know what I mean? Like I've been through the fire. So when you go through a divorce, you know what it's like. You've been there already.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You try not to go back through that shit.
Right, but you at least know. All right, not that you won't get hurt again, but how can I do things differently?
This is what I need to do to set myself up for success better.
Exactly. So I'm thankful. Even though I had to reposition my business and I had to partner with someone, I'm thankful that I went through this pandemic because it taught me so much. It taught me so much about people and meeting people from all across the United States and connecting with people and what's working for you and what's working for you. I would not have learned this if we were just doing our own little thing and going from show to show to show to show to show.
Right.
So I'm here for the pandemic. We got a stimulus check.
I needed that one. I needed that.
People, let me tell you something. Some people came out on top because of this pandemic.
Some, not me.
You got to pay for rest and you got you a stimulus check, nigga.
I had bills I had to do. I had to try to make up. Yo, hey Monique, real quick, last questions before we get out of here. How can people? What do you think? Shit, let me phrase this question correctly. What do you look for when you are booking a comic, or what are you looking for? What did you tell your booker to look for in booking comics?
Well, because I'm starting from ground zero again, I want to see what's out there. I want new faces. I want to see what's out there. I want to, you know what? Honestly, I have a passion for people who love the stage. I love to see somebody on stage and they body it, not just by being funny, but they're just watching the crowd, giving the crowd what they need. I love a comic that engages the crowd. So for me, when you come to Monique's Comedy Club, I want it to be an experience. So I look for signature people.
Okay.
I look for people who's gonna leave a mark. I want people to say, "Yo, I saw him at Monique's. I saw her at Monique's Comedy Club, and he was signature. He was different." Because
I think that gem that you dropped earlier, Monique, is something that somebody told me a long time ago in my comedy career, and it stuck with me. And it's funny that you're one of the very few people I've ever heard say that. But watch the crowd. I think that is an incredibly deep and profound gem for comics. Because you're right. How many people have you seen go up on stage and do damn near the same joke as comics 3 people before them? Or they're not following at all that, you know what, it's a Friday night.
Those people I don't book again.
So this is a Freaky Friday. They want to talk about sex jokes and this, that. Like, that is beautiful, Monique. Beautiful.
Yeah. I had to learn that early in my career. Like I have to, because see, I didn't come into comedy with all of these jokes. I didn't start really writing jokes until I want to say maybe like my 6th year in comedy. I came, my thing was I love people. So when I came on stage, I was very engaging. So it wasn't until a comedian pulled me to the side, was like, "Yo, you doing all these shows, you getting booked for all these shows, but you ain't saying not one joke." And I was like, and my little feelings was hurt. But then I said, you know what? They are absolutely right.
Yep.
You know, I have, you know, because comics watch each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, comics will watch you harder than the
Oh, because
we know when you don't complete a joke, we be like, you ain't say the whole joke, and the crowd don't know.
Crowd don't know at all.
You know, so it's you know, it's all every time you get on stage, it's a learning process. Every crowd is different. You know, every situation is different, and I just love people who know how to take advantage of that moment, take advantage of the opportunity. So that's what I look for.
Yo, Monique, it has been a pleasure, yo.
Where can we find you next?
Yeah, please.
What all you got going on?
Okay, well, I want to first say, please follow me on social media. You can follow me on Instagram, Monique Latise, MoniqueLatise. Follow me on TikTok. I love TikTok. TikTok got me through the quarantine, so please follow me on TikTok.
That's hilarious.
I do the savage. I'm a savage. So follow me on there.
Get it, girl. Don't let him hate. He can't spell.
I can't savage either.
I do once a month. I do a all-female virtual comedy show featuring women from all over the world. So tomorrow, on my virtual platform at 7:30, you can go to my website. You can go to www.moniquescomedyclub.com. Get tickets for tomorrow night virtual comedy show. Headliner tomorrow night is Kelly Cal. I got Woo Woo the comedian. I got yes. I got Dora on. Tomorrow's gonna be dope. So I do that once a month where I spotlight women from all over.
That's
that is dope, and I truly appreciate connecting with you.
Virtually meet you, Monique.
Like crazy. We can't wait to get up there. I'm gonna tell you straight up. We gonna work.
Yeah, bring me to DC. Please. I've never been to DC.
Rashawn just said I had to, and you kind of know my booker, so boom, you there. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get in trouble. We out of here, son.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it. That's why I'm mad with it.